EVO LOCK! Hey guys, welcome to Hoff Misplays special weekend edition with me on my own playing some Pokemon TCG Live. I'm going with an Evolution Lock Bronzong, which is a deck that I saw a long time ago, and I thought this could be good fun, and actually it's just very frustrating. What it is you have a stage 1 Pokemon in Bronzong that does an attack for 30 damage, but it stops your opponent from evolving. The only way that you can actually evolve after this has been played against you is to use a Technical Machine Evolution. And that is kind of tricky to come by if you don't play it at all. If you've only got one in your deck, then it's going to be a long game. But you only do 30 damage, so it's going to be a long game anyway, because you're not going to take out any big players doing 30 damage on your turn. So we've got Radiant Alakazam just to try and move some damage about and get some of those low HP Pokemon off the bench if we can. And we've got the rest of the Gardevoir deck in force. So we've got Ralts and Kirlia for the draw engine. We've got Gardevoir for Psychic Embrace for energy acceleration. We've got Drifloon, got Screamtail. The only thing that is missing from this deck is Monkey Dory, which is a recent addition to Gardevoir. And I think it probably could be quite good because, again, you can move some of the damage from your own Pokemon onto theirs as well, just to speed things up. But trying to fit it in, I don't know what I take out, to be honest, because we've got supporters in there that we need, we've got tools in there that we need, and we've got only 8 energy. Anyway, this is something that I wanted to do, and I started talking about it actually at a league event a few days ago. I thought this was the perfect time to give it a go again. So let's take a look. Alright, are we going to get anything going? We haven't done a mulligan, so that's a good start, but we are going second, which is a bad start. We do have Hyper Aroma, we have Arven, and we have Energy, so that's not so bad, but it all depends on how our opponent is going to play their first turn and what they do on their second turn. And actually, a big part of it is whether they even need to evolve. So they're starting with Relor. Now, Rabska has an ability that prevents anything happening to the bench, and that includes damage and damage counters. So that is a play just to prevent Dragapult doing its thing, or Greninja EX, any of those things. But we do have Festival Grounds as well, so that does mean that we're probably going to see Applin and Diplin and Grookey and Thwackey, etc. But they've gone with Tatsugiri, and they are retreating into Tatsugiri. They're going to run this to try and get a supporter. They failed. So great news, it's a terrible start for them. And an amazing start for us. Okay. Let's go and get to Ralts. We can also Arven go and get another Buddy Poffin. Yep. We'll get the Rescue Board as well. And we can go and get... Do we need 2? Sure. Yeah, let's just attach and pass. Now, they've got 2 in hand. They can still play Tatsugiri's ability to try and fetch a supporter. And if they do get an Iono, that is going to be bad news for us, real bad news. Because we have Hyper Aroma in hand, so we can go and fetch... Why do I say it? Why do I say it? Oh dear, out there in the universe, and it just comes back and bites me on the backside. We did get Kirlia though, so that's okay. Pokemon League Headquarters is actually pretty useful too. Now they've got the bug catching set, they've got the Applin and Grookey out. And Rabska. So there's Rabska. Now that isn't too bad, because Rabska's not there to attack. Rabska's there to protect the bench, which is okay, because the only thing really that we would perhaps use to attack the bench is Screamtail, and we don't really need to do that. I have got Salvatore, which is also great. We're going to go with Refinement first. Get rid of an energy. And we get Mew and Radiant Alakazam. Now, let's just check the wording on this. Prevent all damage and effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to your bench Pokemon. So, Radiant Alakazam actually can do its thing, which is fine. So, I think what we'll do is we can Salvatore, go and get Bronzong. Let's just have a look at what else we got. We've got Lumineon, we've got 2 of each Kirlia and Gardevoir. So no Drifloon, that's prized. Okay, that's fine. And we're going to put it there, yep. And I think we'll play Pokemon League Headquarters now. And at this stage, I'm going to leave that energy. We don't need it. Go straight for Evolution Jammer, and this is going to prevent any evolution happening. The only way that your opponent can evolve once you've played Evolution Jammer is to use a TM EVO. The Technical Machine tool is the only way to do it. So they're using Buddy Poffin to get Grookey and Applin, but they're not going to be able to do an attack. So I've hit the mic again. They're not going to be able to do an attack with any evolved Pokemon. I'm just getting confused at the moment, actually, because they're using the Dragon Applin. I'm assuming that they're going to be using the Grass Diplin. Attract customers. Here it comes. They're going to look for the supporter. Failed on that. We've got 7 in hand. We've got another Bronzong. After that, Iono. We've got Ultra Ball. And we have got Gardevoir as well. But we don't need Gardevoir at the moment. And they pass. So it's going to be another frustrating turn from them. I can actually use Eri, which is kind of cool. We can... Let's do Refinement. We'll get rid of the Counter Catcher. I'm hoping not to go behind on prizes in this game, so we can go ahead and do that. We've got Buddy Poffin and a Boss's Orders. That's kind of cool. Let's just Eri. Let's see what they got. Get rid of the Buddy Poffin. That doesn't help them, but we can see that they've got Thwacky. We've got a Defiance Band. They've got another Festival Grounds. That's kind of annoying. And the 2 basic energy. Alright. So I feel like I want to get another Kirlia out. Just want to make sure that I've got this draw. And yeah, let's just go for a knockout on Tatsugiri. Evolution Jammer still in play, so they cannot evolve. They've got some pretty low HP. I didn't knock it out. Oh. I have to replay that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, anyway. I'm going to have to go back here. No, I'm just mental. Alright. Alright, back in the room. So we've got another Bronzong. That's kind of cool. Don't really want Iono, so I'm going to go ahead and Refinement the Iono to get another one. That's kind of okay, I guess. Got 40 damage on here because you did your attack, which does 10. That's 30. They're not behind, but they will be if I knock anything out. Okay, I understand everything that's going on. Jeez. Right, let's boss up something that can't attack and might annoy them, and then just do the Evolution Jammer. This is just going to really be frustrating, I guess, for my opponent. They're probably wondering why I didn't get Tatsugiri up. They've got the switch, okay, so forcing them to use some of their cards in order to do some more damage. They've got one more attack to knock this out, which actually is kind of annoying. So I'm going to use Refinement on the switch. Get Arven and Bravery Charm. Bravery Charm's not going to help because that's only for basics. So I will use Arven, I think, at this stage, and get an Earthen Vessel. Don't need the Hyper Aroma anymore, unless I want to go and get Gardevoir. I'm not going to do that. I am instead going to Earthen Vessel. I'm going to get rid of the Iono. And maybe use Eri on the next turn. Then I can use Refinement on one of the energy. Get another energy and another Kirlia. That's not what I wanted. I don't really want to use Super Rod right now, but I can set up this Bronzong for my next turn. Luxurious Cape would give me a little longer, so I'm going to go for that. And then use Evolution Jammer again. Now, if we can get Rabsca out the picture, then we can use Screamtail later on in the game. And that can knock out something on the bench. But at the moment it's just trying to stay ahead. Ultra Ball, that can get us. See, they've only got 4 in hand, so Eri feels like it might be a bit of a mistake. Let's use Refinement on Kirlia. We don't need that one. There's Churro. Again, that's kind of useless. Let's do another Refinement. And we can... Okay. So actually, Churro's actually pretty good in another couple of turns, because we can pick this up and not give our opponent 2 prize cards. But for now, let's just use Eri. Let's see what they got. They got a counter catcher and garbage. Okay, they've got a dead hand. We're happy with that. I will leave that energy for now. Evolution Jammer. Again, as I said, the Defiance Band's not active because we haven't gone ahead yet. And by the time it is active, hopefully, we will have knocked out Rabsca. Obviously, they can retreat. They're putting energy onto Grookey, so there it goes. Tatsugiri coming up to attract customers, getting a boss. So they might here boss a Kirlia. Yep. And that, again, is okay, because we can simply Ultra Ball, and I think I'll get rid of Lumineon and an energy, and we'll get Gardevoir. Then we can Psychic Embrace, get the energy on, retreat, and carry on as normal. Just wait for the animation. There we go, and we're done with that. And then we can retreat. And, oh, they've scooped. Too frustrating. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, we've got another uphill battle because we are going second again. We are starting with Bronzor with 2 in hand, and there's a mulligan. 2 mulligans, in fact. It's a Dragapult deck and Xatu. Okay. So it would be good to get Evolution Lock on as early as possible. We're going to take those 2 cards, and we didn't get a Buddy Poffin. They're starting with Manaphy as well. What a horrible way to start a Dragapult game. And they can't do anything. Even worse. There's the Buddy Poffin as well, so we can go ahead and go with 2 routes. We've got Drifloon. We've got all 3 Bronzong. And yeah, okay. I'm not even sure at the moment what's been prized. TM Devo. And yeah, I don't know what else because I don't know this deck very well. There's a lesson for you. Know your deck. Alright, let's go with another Bronzor. I'm going to leave that one for now. And I think I'll attach and pass. And let's see what sort of play they get. They got a Buddy Poffin, at least they got started. They got 2 Dreepies out. And this really is going to be a battle of me keeping the Evolution Lock on for as long as possible. Attaching Fire to Dreepy on the bench. And we've got Gardy, that's no good. But we have got Ultra Ball. So I think we can just get rid of these 2. No, let's get rid of Counter Catcher. Because I don't need it. Get the Bronzong. I could have gone with getting Kirlia and using Refinement, but I'm too scared. I don't want to do that. And I don't want to get rid of any of these, to be honest. So I'm just going to go with the Evolution Jammer and stop Dragapult making an appearance. Now they can use TM Evo, as I've said before. So the Technical Machine is a bypass for the Evolution Lock. But have they got it? They've got the Devo, which they've just got rid of in order to get some energy. And they've got 3 Dreepies out and no Natus yet. So we'll just have to see. There's another energy going onto the bench and a pass. Drifloon, again, no good really. At this stage, I might Earthen Vessel away the Drifloon. Just so that I can maybe set up on my next turn if I get another Bronzong. But for now, just Evolution Jammer. Let's stop anything happening that I don't want to happen. Manaphy's going on the next turn if they don't retreat. But what can they do here? Unless they can find the evolution. So they're playing onto the bench Dreepy. And passing. Okay, so we're going to get our first prize card. Salvatore's perfect. Let's get Bronzong. And we can attach there so that we're ready just in case we lose this. We will start to take some damage on Bronzong, because Dreepy can attack for 40. It's pretty hard hitting for, you know, the basic stage of the Dragapult line. There's an Eri, that's going to be quite useful as well. So they're promoting Dreepy without any energy on it. Nest Ball. Let's see what they get here. Have they got anything? Rotom, they're going to use that to instant charge. just to try and get something into their hand that they can use to their advantage. Downside to this is we're only doing 30 damage a turn, which means that is going to take a lot of turns to get rid of Rotom V. Collapsed Stadium could be useful. Let's take a look at this massive hand of theirs. They've got a Switch, Lost Vacuum, Buddy Poffin, Ultra Ball. Oh, so many to get rid of. What else have they got in their hand? Dracloak. Okay. We will get rid of a Switch, I think. And we'll get rid of the Super Rod. Actually, no, let's get rid of the Lost Vacuum. Because I might start using some tools and I don't want them to disappear. Right, leave the energy because one day Ralts might become a real boy or girl. And then I can start using refinement. But for now, let's just block that evolution and see if this game runs its course over the next 40 minutes. Alright, there's the Buddy Poffin that we didn't get rid of, and they get one Natu. But unless they can get rid of Bronzong, they're not going to have any luck. And at the moment with Ralts, even if they boss that up, we can just attach the energy and oh, that could be quite good as well. Yeah, I don't think we need to do anything here. At some point I will want to get Drifloon, but not right now. Let's just lock that. Give Dreepy one more turn. Let's see what they play here. They've got 10 cards in hand. I wouldn't be surprised if they just scoop at any point, simply because they're being locked out of everything they need for their deck to work. They're playing an Arven. Are they going to get the TM Evo? That's what they need to do. If they've got it, they need to get it now. They've got a Hero's Cape and a Rare Candy, but Rare Candy's not going to do anything. They can't use Rare Candy. They're going to get use an Ultra Ball. What are they fetching? They're getting rid of Dracloak and Buddy Poffin to get Dragapult. And now they're realising that they cannot use Rare Candy because that is still evolution and that is blocked. They did get the Hero's Cape, so they're going to make this game last even longer, or are they just going to give up? There's the Hero's Cape going on to the bench. Okay. I guess this is a very optimistic person who thinks that at some point that Dreepy will become a Dragapult and we can start to see them turn the tide, but I don't think it's going to happen. Mew EX is no good to me, so let's just get rid of this Dreepy and see where they go. Honestly, I think that they probably are going to promote Rotom because it's going to last longer. Give them more of a chance at breaking this evolution lock. 12 cards in hand. There's a Collapsed Stadium. Well, they're playing it instead of me. So they're playing that which is normally reserved for getting rid of the 2 prize card that you don't want in play. There's a boss for Ralts. But fortunately we do have an energy in hand, so we can retreat out. But what can they play now? They've only got instant charge they can do, unless they've got magic in that 10 card hand. Let's see it, champ. What are you going to do? Instant charge. Yeah, they got quite a lot of their deck in hand. And again, that's no good to me. I'm kind of getting annoyed with this because I don't want any of that. Right. Let's get rid of Mew and Lumineon. I don't need them. And we can go get Kirlia. Let's go with that. Might as well get rid of the Collapsed Stadium. Get something useful, maybe? Okay. Well, we can go ahead and retreat into a Bronzong. I've got the Rescue Board as well, so I could use that if I need to. But because I wanted to get Kirlia, I did think that it would be better to hold off on the Rescue Board, because if they promote Kirlia and get that stuck, I can use Rescue Board and an energy to retreat that. Okay, they're using Switch. They're going into Dreepy with the massive HP, and they're going to try and outlast me, I think. To be honest, they're going to run out of cards before I manage to take all the prizes at this rate. We've got Guardian Hand though, so we're going to be at a point where we can retreat quite easily using Psychic Embrace. How many energy we got? Oh, we've only got one energy in the discard pile, so I'm going to have to get rid of another one. There, Earthen Vessel for some more energy. I don't think that's the answer. Okay, they're loading up the bench Dreepy. Bite for 40. Yeah, it's all good. Eri. Take a look at their hand? Sure we will. Rare Candy, Earthen Vessel, Ultra Ball. That's only a quarter of their hand. They've got Dreepy, 2 Dracloak, 2 Dragapults, 2 Zartus. They've got TM Evo. Why aren't they using that? Oh, well, we'll get rid of that and that. Okay. See, Radiant Alakazam is probably going to be quite useful as well. I think let's bench that. Let's move some energy. Let's move some damage onto this Dreepy. Let's try and knock it out a bit faster. Let's refinement this energy. There's another Kirlia. We can do a refinement on the Ralts. And we've got both of those, so let's go ahead and evolve. We are super ready now, I think, for the long game. Alright, there's another 30 going on. We're locking the evolution. Don't blame me if you fast forward through this game. Alright, they've got their own Radiant Alakazam. They're going to start moving damage about. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Now if we do lose this Bronzong, I'll probably then use the Super Rod, because I'll need to set up another Bronzong. Because 40 at a time is pretty good. It's going to knock me out on the next turn. However, I can upset things a little bit by putting Pokemon League headquarters on, which means they need an extra energy for their basics to attack, which is great. Let's get rid of Gardy. We don't need more than one. There's Luxurious Cape, giving us a bit longer. And yeah, I think we'll just hold this for now. We can move that 10 damage onto this Dreepy as well. And they've scooped. Too frustrating. I felt it. This is the third on the bounce that we have lost the coin flip. and my opponent's chosen to go first. However, again, they've got a really bad start. They've got Manaphy. I don't know what else they've got, but I've got enough to get me going. We've got Kirlia in hand. We've got Ultra Ball. We've got Earthen Vessel. And the Devo. But I don't know whether I want any of these things to disappear. I'm going to leave it for now. No, I'm not. I'm going to get rid of the Devolution and hope that I don't need it. I'm going to attach here because if this does get knocked out, then we've got everything that we need in order to start the EVO lock. And if it doesn't, then I can just attach and retreat. And I've still got what I need to be able to move on. Alright, so Frigibax and Bidoof. So is this going to be PAL or something else? The downside to playing against PAL with the EVO lock is that they don't need a lot of energy to knock out Bronzong with PAL. So we would then need to revert to standard methods of knocking them out. And that being the rest of the Guardi deck. And unfortunately, I'm not a very good Guardi player. My daughter tells me this often because I try and help her by playing a Guardi deck so that she can practice against it. And every time she beats me, she says, it's not very good practice because I'm not very good. That's nice, isn't it? Now, we can see that we're playing against Wellspring Masco Pony X. And that's not great. So, I'm going to evolve to Kirlia. And I'm going to not play Lumineon. So I'm going to get rid of it. Mew is actually quite good, but not yet. So let's get Arven. And we can either switch, we can Buddy Poffin, we could Hyper Aroma. Actually, Hyper Aroma is perfect. And even the... Actually, no. I think getting that into the discard pile is fine. So we'll go with... Well, I'll put Luxurious Cape in my hand. I don't want to use it. Excuse me, I don't want to use it straight away. Because we could be in a bit of bother. Let's start off by retreating. Let's get this the right way round. Use Hyper Aroma. Get those. Evolve and evolve. And evolve. Yeah, so what we could do is, yeah, Mew's probably quite good in this. I'm going to attach here. I'm going to refinement away the Ultra Ball. And I'll just leave my hand like that for now. That's quite an interesting amount of supporters for me. And we'll just take on Manaphy first. Now they can easily retreat Manaphy, but it's not a threat. The threat at the moment is going to be Radiant Greninja, which can do Moonlight Shuriken and take out both Kirlias. And also the Ogapon, because Sob does 20, prevents retreating. I'm not really bothered by that, but when it comes to the Torrential Pump, that's when it can do a knockout on the bench as well. And that can eventually take out both of the Bronzongs. Not in the first one. It can take out one now though. Collapsed Stadium's no good. Not even sure that I want Collapsed Stadium, but I might keep hold of it. Eri, maybe. Might keep hold of Boss. Arven. Let's get rid of Arven. I don't think that he's vital anymore. Brilliant. Oh, wonderful. Well, Churro is actually pretty useful. Let's use Eri. Let's see what they got. Well, you're not having those two. That's good, getting rid of superior energy retrieval. Bibarel, Baxcalibur, and then they've got Irida and Iono. Iono could be a bit of a problem, but Irida's not helping them at the moment, so that's good. Let's just leave things as they are and take another swing with the Evolution Jammer. We could see another energy if they get that in hand off the top deck, going on to one of these two. Ultimately, I do want one of these Kirlias to go up to... Yeah, I thought that might happen. I've got Professor Turo though, so I don't mind too much. If we don't get a Guardi, we get a Guardi. What have we got in the discard? We've only got one, so I am going to actually have to. Let's use Refinement on the Collapsed Stadium. That's not really as useful. There's Iono and a Super Rod. Again, that's not great. Do we get rid of Iono? I think we probably do. I know that we've got more. There's another Bronzor and an Ultra Ball, but still no energy. So it's going to have to be Turo. Let's pick up Kirlia. Oh yeah, we need to do that, don't we? Yeah, well, don't know why I was deliberating there. It has to be the one with the energy on it. It's not great that I'm not seeing a lot of energy come through though. It's a little bit of a concern. Guardian Hand. I'm going to evolve now, just in case they use that Iono that they've got. They would be getting rid of Kirlia, but that's okay, I think. Only one energy and Lumineon. Not bothered. Alright. Let's use Evolution Jammer. Take out Manaphy. Give me something good from the prize cards. And it's a Drifloon. Drifloon could be really good to get rid of this. They're having to obviously slowly put the energy on. There's Chempal. There's Iono. Knew it was coming. And we've got an energy, rescue board, earthen vessel, buddy poffin. Kind of horrible, really. Kind of horrible. We can't even use refinement, and that's kind of annoying. And there's concealed cards. They've played energy from their hand. Now these are the dangerous ones. So yeah, we've got a work cut out for us on this game. And here comes Sob. So we can't retreat, but I don't care. Now we're only playing one Turo. That's a terrible card to see. We're going to attach over here anyway. And let's earthen vessel the other one. And I think again at this stage, right, we've got two in there, so we can do any retreating that we need to. we're just going to have to go with Evolution Jammer. Buddy Poffin might be useful to get Drifloon out when we need it. Yeah. Not great. This is not ideal. I would like actually to boss up Frigibacks. Because if I can at least take that out, then the evolution lock isn't as bad if I miss a turn of it, which I might want to do by using Gardy to knock out Ogerpon. But this is going to die now, and one of these is going to die. And that's the way it is. So 2 prize cards means that I need to keep the lock on. Okay, yeah, Ralts is the right choice as well. That's my draw engine. So what are we going to see here? Eri. I mean, fine. I'll have a look at your hand. We'll get rid of that and that. Nest Ball I'm not bothered about. You got Bidoof. You got Irida, Boss and Carmine. Boss isn't ideal, but actually it's not too bad. We can Buddy Poffin and go and get another Ralts. I think we'll just do that for now. Maybe let's attach to Gardy and then put the Evolution Jammer on. Now they've got rid of all the energy from the Ogerpon, so I've got a bit of time before they do that play again. But ultimately what I do want to do is get rid of Frigibacks. They didn't have any energy in hand, so if they don't play any energy this hand, then they didn't top deck it. They're going to play Carmine instead, get rid of everything and get 5 cards. And pass. They didn't get any energy from that either. Oh, that's not great. What I think I'll do here is get rid of these 2 and get another Bronzong. Mew could be good actually. I mean, unfortunately Mew can't copy anything other than the torrential pump. No, I'll get Bronzong. I'll make this game go really long, and again I'm sorry about that. That's part of the problem with this deck, is you don't do a lot of damage, so when you're up against things that are 200 plus HP, it takes a while. So it's 7 goes to knock out Ogerpon EX, 8 goes to knock out PAL, unless you do something a little different. I am now into top deck territory because I don't have any draw at the moment. But hopefully we'll see something soon. Alright, they're going to play Colress. Backscalar and Iono in the Lost Zone at the moment. And now we can see the Barrel and a Nest Ball. And they pass. Arven is pretty good. What can I get with Arven? Let's take a quick look. We've got Switch, Ultra Ball, Super Rod, Buddy Poffin, Bravery Charm. Well, we'll get the Bravery Charm, and what did it say was in here? Ralts, Bronzong, Bronzor, Lumineon. I think we'll get the Ultra Ball actually. And then ignore it completely and use Evolution Jammer. Now, still dangerous because we are behind. And actually, the counter catcher would be useful to get one of these guys up to give us a bit of extra time. There's another. So Chien-Pao's now at a point where it can strike for 180 damage. Not going to knock this out, but one more energy, and it will be able to knock out this for 2 prize cards, which isn't the perfect solution. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to hold and use the Evolution Jammer again. They do need to switch out the Ogerpon. It's only got 2 more turns left of this slow hit. But that's an attach from hand and a sob. Okay. That takes it down to 190. It's still not enough. They do need to attach. But if they get Chien-Pao in the active on the next turn, they can use Shivery Chill, and that means that they can upset me. Alright. Let's see. Let's Ultra Ball Mew and Buddy Poffin. I'll get Kirlia. And then we'll refine the Rescue Board. There's another Kirlia and Screamtail. Screamtail with the Bravery Charm could actually take out Chien-Pao. However, 4 energy isn't going to do it yet. And if we lose this, then they're only down to 2 prize cards. I think we're going to have to risk it at the moment. They can't use the Torrential Pump, so they're only going to be knocking this out. So that's 2 prize cards. We have got another Bronzong. We can keep that going, but it won't be long before Chien-Pao can then do some damage as well. Again, and do enough to knock out Bronzong. So it looks like we're going to have to resort to using Screamtail. Alright. Alright, we've also got Drifloon in hand too. Let's refine away the other Kirlia. And we get another Gardevoir. Now that is going to be somewhat useful, because that prevents a knockout here. We can retreat this, and we can use Screamtail to knock one of these out. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, do we? Because if we get this, is going to have to go down to. All right, let's get started. We're going to move away from the lock. Oh, come on. Right, let's do that for now. And we need to get rid of first. I think we need to get rid of Radiant Greninja. I think that's probably a big threat. And we should be able to do that. No, I don't want to do that. I want to retreat into Screamtail, and then let's do Psychic Embrace again, and let's put 4 on here, which will do. Right, that's going to be 80. that's 120. And that is enough. We can then do Roaring Scream for 160 onto Radiant Greninja. Now this is turning off the EVO Lock, so we're on a bit of a race to stop, because as soon as Baxcalibur comes out, that's it, we lose Gardy quite easily, although they have lost a couple of the superior energy retrievals. So they're down to 2. There we go, they start evolving. There's Bibarel, not a huge player at the moment because they've got too many in their hand, but if they can start getting rid of all this stuff, they're in a good place. Irida's going to get them Baxcalibur, and then it's really just a matter of time before we lose everything. They've got Baxcalibur in hand, I guess. They get the rare candy and a Chempal. Yeah, here we go. So there's the Sob, that gets rid of that. And unfortunately, the EVO Lock just doesn't matter now. So we might as well promote this just to make things a little more difficult for them to... Right, we've got Counter Catcher. We can get rid of Baxcalibur. Let's do that. Let's do that immediately. Right. Psychic Embrace 1 onto Gardy, and we can then take out Baxcalibur. Alright, even things up again. So we're looking now at, we've got an Ultra Ball, that's of no help. But we only do 190, so we're not going to be one-shotting Chempal, but we do have Drifloon and we have Bravery Charm. So actually, we can knock out Chempal. And if we can start moving some damage about with Radiant Alakazam, wherever that is, we could get that single prize as well. In fact, what we really need is a boss. Okay, they're getting some energy. Now what they need here is 300, so they need 5. There's 4. You just need 1 more. And they don't have it. But they may have enough. I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Let's play Drifloon. Oh, and then there's the scoop. So this is the deck I was playing. It was kind of fun, albeit just a horrible deck to play against. And that kind of makes me feel a little bit icky by putting my opponent into that position. But it did exactly what I set out to do, and that is to show off how Evolution Lock can play and be competitive. We didn't see some of the meta decks which don't rely on evolutions, such as Raging Bolt and Ogerpon, but the ones that we did see had enough evolution in them that it was just so frustrating for the opponent that they gave in. And I'm pretty glad that they did, otherwise I'd probably still be playing the first or second game right now. I would like to see Munkidora in this, but I don't think I can actually squeeze it in because you'd have to get some dark energy in there as well, but it would just speed things up by being able to move that damage off your bench onto your opponent's Pokemon. But if that's something that you think that you can come up with, then take this deck and tweak it. Let me know how you get on, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. Go and watch some of the booster ripping episodes that me and Tom are doing. There is a giveaway, so make sure you're in on that. And until next time, I'll see ya.